just completed step 2 of the inner engineering course. Um, it's a lot. It's a lot to digest. See, whatever he speaks about life and the practicality, we understand everything. I understand everything, but it is not the same thing of understanding and actually realizing it and making it a core fundamental part of who you are. And that's the process. I mean, that's the inner engineering process, is what you understand. Try to make it a fundamental part of who you are. So in step 2, the first there's a session of 1 hour and 9 minutes where he talks about the bondages that we are part of since the time we were born. Who were we? We were nobody. If you think clearly, of course, I cannot remember who I was when I just took birth. And, there was this name, religion, culture, all those things were being fed, and I have become who I am. Like I have a name, I have certain beliefs, I had certain cultural beliefs, and it's a journey, right? I'm 36, and for the last 36 years, I have gathered so many things. So he talks about the bondages that we have with our body and with our mind, and how can we create that little distance, because that is very important. It is that distance that will give us liberation, enlightenment, and that will be end of suffering, because suffering has two natures, physical and mental. If you're able to just create that little space, we will feel everything. We will feel physical and mental stress and everything. But then if there is a distance, that is something that we can easily observe and let it pass, or do whatever it's necessary. Now, this is a very fundamental thing, but again, when I'm trying to implement this in my thought process, it feels hard. It feels hard, honestly speaking. But that is my goal. I want to achieve this state, no matter what it takes. Again, I'm getting into this I thing. Now, there is no such concept of I, right? It's and again, whatever I'm speaking is just the data that I have gathered from the session, and that is where these things are coming from, the thoughts. But beside all these, the silence, the aspect, who are we? I'm not sure exactly what I'm talking about, but I wanted to sort of feel in the emotion of my experience after this session, the step 2 of inner engineering. If I'm nobody, I cannot have any suffering. So I am playing a role. If everyone is playing certain roles, and if we are able to understand that, I think we'll live a better life. We'll play the role better. Let's suppose you are in a drama. I mean, he portrayed this in a similar fashion, that you're doing a drama, right? So you will do everything possible to make sure that you have rehearsed well, so that you deliver it well in the stage. The life is simply the same thing. It's a stage, it's a bigger arena, it's a bigger stage, and we are just playing different roles. If we are on a job, if we are in a relationship, if we are doing whatever, it's just a role that we are playing, and not this should not define who we are. If we are good at something, like if I'm a cricketer, this should not be that I am a cricketer. I play cricket well, and I mean, I should play it with full with my dedication, with honesty, and play it well. But that is not who I am. There is no concept of who I am as far as my understanding goes, after trying to digest all the information that I've just gathered from a couple of sessions from this inner engineering course. And it feels good because the bondage what makes us suffer. Bondage with your thought, certain beliefs, certain expectation that you have for yourself, that you have to do this and that and whatnot. And you have bondages, mental formation with your family. I have a dying dog. I took up this thing because I was suffering, and I am suffering, and now when I'm taking this lesson into me, I know that I should not suffer. And I see a point that I've been with my dog for the last 9 years, and it's her last few moments. I mean, she's very, very ill. She cannot eat. She's not able to eat, and she's not able to stand. She's just on life support, and there are a lot of things. Her heart has gotten bigger. She has pyometra, and she has so many other things, and there is no way that she can be treatable. It's just we're just waiting for her to die, and it is terribly suffering for me. Terribly suffering for me. Now, when I'm taking these lessons into my core fundamental belief, again, I'm not sure whether I should have a belief, but I think you have to have a fundamental belief to live your life more in a more enlightened way, or in a more conscious way. So I should not suffer her death, or I should not suffer anything in life, because we are just here to live. And if we are here to just live, then we should live it happily. And the faculties that were given to us by this universe, this body, this beautiful mind, we should use it for our benefit. And we should not let these faculties control our life. So that's what this enraging process, and this is a bigger topic, and I'm not sure if I'm making any sense. I just wanted to record this and get to know my raw feelings, and try to improve on it, and keep building these thoughts. And during this step 2, there is this Isha Kriya process, where you're inhaling, I'm not the body, exhaling, I'm not even the mind. And then there is this practice of the sound practice of calling it ah, which is coming just below your navel. And then that is the source of, or that is like a intersection of all the energy pathways. I exactly not sure what that pathway is called, where every energy pathway meets. And then what he meant is that when we are saying this, I'm not the body and I'm not the mind, again, what I mentioned in the beginning of this video, that we understand these things, but then do we believe it? Do we believe it? Like, is it like a core belief of ours that we are not the body, we're not the mind? If we believe that, if we know this is the fact, and if we truly live our life with these modules, that we are not the body, we're not the mind, then we should have no suffering. So this the sound practice sort of transfer this thought into every cell of the body, and then sort of it's a practice, it's a habit. So again, I think this will create a habit, and it's like a 40-day 48 days, couple of times a day practice, or once a 90 days practice. I'm going to do this, of course I'm going to do this, and do whatever that has been described. And I want to I desperately want to do this with full honesty and try to live a better life, is all I want. And I'm trying to explore the fundamental core thing is, who am I? I think I'm nobody. I believe that I'm starting to believe I'm nobody. Everything that I'm saying, or I have certain beliefs by which I work, I do things, I do things in a relationship, or do whatever physically, mentally, is just based on my experience, and that is some data that has been that's there within me, and then I'm just acting out of those data and nothing else. And those cannot be me. I'm just actually nobody. I'm just here playing different roles. Now, since I know that, my goal is to play those roles to the best of its potential without the bondage.